I'm Walter Day, the father of esports, and you're watching Matty Mo's Arcade. And you know how long it's been since I played Whac-A-Mole?
I'm getting ready to attack, fanny pack attached. Tokens are all stacked, got the mallet in my grasp. Waiting for the moles, hiding in their holes. Score, we're keeping tally, I'll be playing till they close now. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. I'm a mallet master, a single-fisted blaster. You can ask my baby, it starts slow then gets faster. I'm a record setter.
Sounds like an old 50s DJ.
Yeah, it's like...
Here, listen to the best old is the 50s, 60s, and 70s. WKRP, St. Louis, I don't know. Well, hello everyone, welcome to Missouri Game Con. I'm Pat Contry. Yay! I feel so weird. Seriously, most times I do a panel, you can't see my legs and my feet. First of all, it's kind of weird that it's on a stage. It's not like a classroom setting. I feel exposed behind me, like people are going to be looking and pointing at me up here from down there. I just feel weirded out right now by everything. And the mirror didn't help either. I looked in and I was like, where am I? So usually in my panels, I don't have a video to show, but I can give you an update of what's going on. We can do a Q&A session. I usually try to do the Play the Punk Challenge, which you guys fight each other. I don't have any bad prizes, I usually give away prizes to the winners. If I get an NES, I have my flash card ready to go. I ask, we'll see. If not, sorry. But other than that, I just give you an update of what's going on in my life. Instead of talking on the phone and complaining, no. So I literally, here's my flash card. I came prepared. So I literally was finishing up the certain Super Nintendo guidebook before I came out here Thursday night. Pulled nearly an all-nighter just to make sure by the time I get back Sunday, I get notes from the editor and how the layout looks, and then that'll go to print hopefully next week. So yay! And that'll be, who are here pre-ordered a certain Super Nintendo guidebook? Anyone? Show of hands. Okay, you guys can stay, everyone else can leave. Get out. That'll be in your hands October. Those that pre-ordered, if you didn't pre-order, you have to wait longer. Get in the back of the line. Most people, they get it first, they put their money in. And then I have a documentary coming out, not for resale. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Who here is familiar? I applause or hands. All right, happy with it. The trailer on Twitter got over 200,000 views. That wasn't bad as well. So that's it for now. It's about retail video game stores, mom and pop stores, and how physical media is dying out with digital, the rise of digital games, and how long term, what does that mean for mom and pop stores? What does that mean for the industry? It's an interesting film that I helped put some money into to get off the ground, and also creative consultant on. And I'm kind of proud about that. It's going to be something. It's going to be on Blu-ray. Trying to get a distribution deal, but definitely on Blu-ray, and then we'll see about either Amazon Prime, someone wants to pick it up, Netflix. I don't know how Netflix works. From what I hear, Netflix used to take anything. South Park, you made fun of that. Now it's a lot tougher to get on Netflix, so I don't know. Other than that, we got the podcast going weekly. That's Ian is taking off for a couple of podcasts. We'll be on in August, but then September I might not be on 3 of them. So that'll be interesting. You hear that? Whoa, yeah, Pat some time off. Yeah, right. So we'll see about how that works out. If it crashes and burns, I'll be out on an island somewhere, and Ian will be on fire running around, probably in the game room. The mixer will blow up somehow, and the microphones will just like self-combust. What's that?
Be entertaining.
Be entertaining. My YouTube channel will be destroyed within a month. Oh, my career's already over, according to people on YouTube. So my career's been over since November. So I don't know what I'm even doing here while you guys are here. So that's fun. And then I have a certain video I have to edit. A certain NES Punk episode has to be edited still. That was shot last year. Can't really say too much more about it. Like So I still do the NES Punk videos, obviously the less frequent now because I have a weekly podcast, and doing the books takes out most of my time. Yes, Ian, that's why I can't play modern games. I'm sorry, Ian. You tell me that, oh, you don't play games! Ian, are you working on a book? No, you're not. You know what it's like. You know the pain, anguish, and suffering. But, so what was I going to say? Yeah, so the episode's going to be edited, and then we'll see where we are in the fall. I got to refresh. Got the documentary coming out, the new book, and then I'm going to be planning for my next year, which I'm working on. I'm also helping with an independent game, but I haven't really talked about it much because I want to see the Kickstarter and where that goes. It's like a Metroidvania type game starring cats. That's the game that I'm helping with, investing in, helping produce a little bit. It's an interesting game. I thought it'd be interesting. Hopefully it doesn't crash and burn, speaking of Ian. Hopefully it doesn't go bad. And then we'll see what happens. I have ideas for those things. And then Flea Market Madness will come back.
Yes.
Yes! My career is not over till I say it is, until you do Flea Market Madness. So I got about 13 episodes to edit left in the can. I've been in the flea market in like 7-8 months. That's happened when I finished up the NES book as well. Like I have it just like put my nose to the grindstone and work. And when you go to the swap meet at 7 o'clock in the morning, you gotta get up at 6 o'clock. You're there till for 3-4 hours. 11, you come home, you're exhausted and tired. The whole day's shot. So that's why I stopped doing it. Plus, there's less stuff to find. Going to the flea market for like 20 years. You know, I'm an old man now. I may not look it yet, but yeah, the flea market wears you out. So anyway, so I'm gonna edit those episodes, and I'll probably. What? What was that? Siri had something to say? Ask Siri if my career's over? What did they answer? Yes, past career ended in November 2018 because of an opinion about a mobile game. What was I saying? Flea market. Oh, so I'm gonna do something I haven't done before. I'm gonna pre-edit the remaining episodes. It's gonna end number 50. I probably have enough to end for 51, but I'll combine episodes so it ends at 50, a nice round number. And I'll just say, screw it. I'll do one a week for 13 weeks and spoil you guys. That'd be cool. Release schedule Flea Market Madness Fridays. Go out on top, or drop it all like Netflix. You can't do that on YouTube. It ruins your channel. If you drop 8 videos at once, it ruins your channel. So I'll do Flea Market Madness Fridays. If I actually did that instead of the podcast, I thought about this. The way YouTube works, if I did a Flea Market Madness every Friday for the last 10 years, I'd have 3 million subscribers. I'm serious, because that's how you get yourself big, by doing it every Friday, doing the same thing forever. That's what I'm known for. I'm the flea market guy, and I'd be I don't know where I'd be. Be at TwitchCon, hanging out with I don't know. But, what?
Mixer.
I'd go on Mixer with my buddy Ninja. I could have been, I should do? I should just do a live stream at the flea market. Hopefully no one swats it. That'd be fine. Will you guys watch that? Will you actually be on Twitch watching me walk around the flea market? Yeah. I guess you need a battery backup pack for your phone in order to do that. You need a GoPro, or how do people do that? Or they just use their phone, right? They just do it on their phone. Yeah. Is that what they do? Does that work out? IRL in real life. What does Kelsey do?
Her husband does.
At Piccarella? Does that at the store?
No, but E3 and stuff.
He just walks around? I guess I could try that out. It don't require any editing. That's fine, right? You put it on YouTube afterwards, right? Oh, here comes the NES. Wow. Woo! Pat delivers at his panels. He gets some good stuff. Wow, it was only 7 minutes. It seems like forever. That's all my time, guys. You'd be great. Has it only been 7 minutes? I've been railing for a lot more. What does my friend want? I'm doing a panel. I am doing a panel. I should call her and I can tell you guys.
Call him.
Yeah. We can test with the flash card. Is that her texting me back? She knows I'm at an event. That was my coincidence. When you're ready to go, here's your cart. If you have Q-tips around your face. So we'll test the sound afterwards. What did I say? Flea Market Madness, Pat the NES Punk's not dead yet. Documentary, game, book, future book. I will do one more book at least. At some point, I'll probably start production next year, but I don't want to think about that now. Let me get this one finished. That's been an albatross around my neck. Oh, it works. Okay, let's test the sound out in a second. Well, it's because I'm here. That's why it worked. Don't upset Pat. So I'll test the game. First controller, I'll do that. It won't be awkward. So I can do a Q&A. Do you guys want to ask me any questions about anything? About podcast, wrestling, my hair, whatever, how I condition? That's fine. Yes, sir.
Have you ever thought taking, when you're at these cons, taking kind of flea market madness on the road and just getting one of those and recording, go to one of these,
Like a flea market madness somewhere else
right, just
in the Midwest?
Just hitting the non-flea
The
market.
Bible Belt flea market madness? Bible Ventures? I mean, I'm not Billy and Jay. Like they have fun driving 30 hours away. I should say 30 miles. They like doing that stuff. I don't have time for that. I don't. And not that, you can still find something at the flea market, but it's not the heyday when I would find like the TurboGrafx and like 12 games for like $30. That's hard for that to happen anymore. Oh, what just happened? What screen is it? Okay, let's power it off and on. Get the controller. I'm just going to test the sound out. It's going on the mixing board here. We're going to test it live. We're going to do it live. Test it contra. Let's see, is there a delay? Yeah, it's good enough. That's the feedback.
That's coming straight from the TV.
That's the TV? Okay. Get that old CRT going on, or Prevention Sports Contra. Let's play Color Dinosaur. Like good old, the sound by Tommy Tallarico. You guys want to just beat Contra? Do that, that'll be fun. We'll do that. Someone do IRL, me playing a game in real life, here. Let's test the mixer a little bit. Oh, just the TV. Oh, it doesn't go to the mixer?
No.
It doesn't, okay. Like a stand-up routine. You ever wonder about airport food? Not So Common podcast. The thing about that is that with the weekly CU podcast, it's really difficult. It was difficult enough doing one a week without me, and then the one is always difficult, but it was difficult once a week with Ian and once with my own. We'll see. I think I'll do like one-offs. Maybe I'll interview people about things that are happening. Maybe that's the way it'll work. Like it'll be like once every month or two. We'll see. But keeping the schedule is rough. And then plus, once the sponsors kind of dried up on that one, so it made it less of a incentive to do it. So, for me, time is valuable. Yes. What made me want to make a YouTube channel? Okay, picture this: 2008, before Twitter, things like that. There wasn't really a way to put yourself out there and be creative to the aspect you can now. Now you can do Facebook. You can do Instagram Live, you can do YouTube. So at the time YouTube was around, it was a lot smaller. And I always, in the past, had dabbled in film, doing short films, and I did a film in college. And I loved playing games. So when I kind of discovered YouTube, see this guy called the Angry Nintendo Nerd on there, and I was like, what's this about? And I was like watching some videos of people doing a horrible job reviewing NES games. And I saw a video that's still online from like 2007 or so about a guy who was reviewing Three Stooges, and it was like the worst video I ever saw because he not only didn't know anything about Three Stooges, he was reviewing the NES game. So I figured I could do at least as bad as him, but probably better. So then I combined my minor film knowledge with my love of the NES and video games. I've been collecting since the late 90s, and that's how I did it. And you guys regret it. Now you're like, I wish I wasn't here. Yes, sir.
Have you ever thought about doing reviewing the Disney console from the NES?
No, I haven't thought about that. The knockoff ones.
Yeah.
Is it one looks like a Famicom?
Yeah.
Well, most of them do. No, I think someone gave me one from Brazil though. That looks more like a Sega Master System than NES. So the knockoffs are interesting. Do they have like games, like bootleg games?
Yeah,
The same.
6-in-1,
They have-
7-in-1, or 1000-in-1.
They have like the multi-card, the Famicom multi-cards.
Yeah.
No, I never thought about that. Is there channels that do that? To look at the knockoffs,
Um,
like the CompuBoy, whatever it's
yeah,
called, something like
there's
that.
a few. I can't think of the top of my head.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. They have in South America as well. They have in Asia. Bullet Club, here we go.
How much volatility do you expect in the 3DS market in the next 1 to 2 years when GameStop starts throwing away cases like we did on DS?
How much volatility, in what sense volatility of people being upset or?
No,
I don't track prices.
It's like for example, I've heard the Castlevanias on DS go for like 50 loose and 100 in a case, stuff like that.
It will probably continue. I guess it wouldn't be to the same extent as like, you know, Game Boy original games. No one has the boxes for most of those games, so they're hard to find. The good news is that you could find the cases by themselves, but yeah, the artwork you couldn't write in the manuals. So I don't know. It'll probably continue, I guess. I mean, GameStop's probably gonna get it. GameStop's not gonna be around in like 3 years anyway. They're not. They just fired 50 regional managers. That was the latest news. They're trying to shake things up. That's cost cutting. That's not shaking things up. We have to cut salaries, like right now. You know, that's what they're basically doing. You cut 50 salaries like that, and you save $5 million. You know, and other people are being fired too. But what was I saying? Yeah, I don't track that stuff, but I figure it's going to probably continue, and then we'll see how big 3DS collecting gets. Where it's going to be hard to track down the cases because GameStop's, you know, threw them in the dumpster. Unfortunately, a lot of reprints will be done. Those are a lot easier to reprint. Those, yes.
So with GameStop going to be gone in 3 years, do you think,
Yes.
do you think the mom and pop stores come back then?
No, mom and pops are not coming back. I mean, they're not gonna go away that easily because they have to catch up to retro being, you know, now. That's the thing. When retro is now, when retro becomes PS4, how are you going to sell a PS4 game when a lot of them are digital at that point? What do you do? That's basically what the document talks about in a way. Because right now it's happening. You can talk about how no one's really buying NES games anymore much in the store. They're buying newer. So the newer you go, the closer you get to the digital age of games, and then there's nothing to sell. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, more and more games, that's one reason why GameStop's going to be gone, because more and more games are being sold digitally. Companies make more money. There's less hassle. They don't need GameStop to sell games for them. What advantage they're having a middleman to any of these companies? Independent game stores have no incentive, or it should be independent publishers don't have an incentive to make a physical version. It's cool to do limited run. That's cool to sell 1,000 copies, but you're going to sell 20,000 digitally. 50,000 digitally. You know, Minecraft wouldn't exist to this extent without digital distribution. Rocket League would not exist if there wasn't digital games. So, you know, it's just the way we are right now. I mean, Rocket League's in San Diego. Yay, San Diego. And they just got bought out by evil Epic Games for a ton of money. That wouldn't, and they're not for resale. They interviewed them, but they said, yeah, without digital, it'd be cool to have it. I said, I dream to have my game on a store shelf, but that's not the reality we live in. Sandwich, yes, in the back.
Are there any punk episodes you're still really proud of or could see yourself rewatching?
Are there any NES Punk episodes I'm really proud of? I'm proud of, here's the thing, I forget I've done episodes until I get reminded of them. I've done as many as James. James has done 150 nerd episodes. I've only done about 50 to maybe 50 NES Punk episodes, which is pales in comparison. Now I'm only doing like 2 or 3 a year. I used to do like 10 a year, you know, for the first 3 or 4 years. Have I done more than 50? I don't know, I don't number them. I should. Anyway, maybe something like 50. But like for example, I saw the Splatterhouse One Pop Graffiti Famicom Anthem game out there. I'm like, oh, I did an episode about that. I would never have thought of it until I saw it. I'm proud of us, like certain ones. I love the track and field episode with Frank. If I say this to someone, here's an episode to watch that has the essence of what all the videos are, watch the track and field episode from 2012. Yep, my hair was still short before I grew it long. Middle of 2012. Watch that one. Watch, I like the wrestling episode. I love the, what the hell is that? Wall Street Kid. 2014 or 15 was Wall Street Kid. Was it, oh God, wow. 2014? Is it that long ago? 5 years ago? Anyway, sorry, I'm reminiscing. What episodes do you like? What are you proud of that I've done? I like the Russian attack one from 2009. With Rob swinging a knife at me, almost cut me in the face on a fishing line. My cousin was swinging it, and actually I was hit me in the face with that knife. What do you like? Anyone? No?
Gimmick. You ever beat it?
Mr. Gimmick? Yeah, I beat Mr. Gimmick. I haven't got a good ending. Because I can't find all that treasure, even with an emulator. You like Mr. Gimmick? Mr. Gimmick is good. I edited that in 24 hours. Mr. Gimmick. I can't have that energy anymore. I'm old. TurboGrafx guy, go.
Yeah, I have a TurboGrafx question for you.
Oh, perfect.
Well, I really love your TurboGrafx episodes with Denise. Are you planning on bringing her back for a third one?
I should text her. She texted me. Maybe. So she was in what? She was in 3? You count Storm? You like her as Storm? Huh? We all like her as Storm. Maybe, we'll see. It's hard to wrangle your friends in and say, hey, do this goofy thing for free. You know, then we got a kiss in the Storm episode. It's me as Wolverine Pat. That's a good episode too. I remember that one. Batman Pat was weird. You want her back? I see. I'll tell you said that. She'll be like, no. Is it cute? Yes.
With running themes like sealed, and pressing the one-up mushroom every time limited is mentioned, was that a running theme that you guys just decided to go with, or just started happening?
A lot of times that stuff is spontaneous. I think it's a good idea to add little like seasoning especially when it's an audio podcast. I did radio in college, and it's good to have reminders of things and things that people can like hold on to like that. That's like, oh, so now you know about that. You know. Now I say it's been a while. Like I say, it's just things that like people go. It's a reminder. It's a callback. And I developed the limited thing out of nowhere. I was like limited and hit that mushroom. I had the mushroom laying around and I had it on the desk. I was like, I'll just hit it. Have to do something there. And so people get a kick out. So now people are like, when I hear limited, I hear the mushroom one-up sound in my head. And then there's a couple others I do. Ian doesn't like them, but he's realized that's what makes it fun. Like the whole Pat Math thing I just made up. Like Pat Math, like, and it's weird. Things like that. So Ian doesn't like those sort of things, but then Ian doesn't like a lot of ideas I have until he realizes they're good. Ian didn't want to have a laptop in front of his face. So I don't want to have a laptop. You have to know what we're talking about, Ian. It can't all be me. Who's right to deny that? That's the truth. Sorry. Anything else? Is that part of the question? No, so a lot of the stuff wasn't planned. It was just like, it just sort of organically flowed. And that's usually the best thing when you do a podcast radio show. It has to be organic. You can't plan it. Oh, every time I'm going to say this, Ian, it's going to be this. No, that's goofy. It's a hack. It's got to feel right. Like it's an instinct for it. Yes, sir.
So do you mod your systems for HDMI, RGB, or do you prefer to keep everything original?
I don't have anything modded. I'm going to get that, what is that thing that Metal Jesus just reviewed? He reviewed the Eon one, but he reviewed the $100 device. That Retro Tink. I'll get the Retro Tink for $100, because then you can take care of almost all your systems, right? I'm going to do that. And use the original one, because I don't want to re-spend $1,000. I have all the systems. Just get a Retro Tink, does the HDMI out for everything. There's very low lag at that point, and then you're fine. You're good to go for most consoles, right? And then you get a flash card. You can throw out all our games. I didn't say that, vendors. I didn't say that. I didn't say all your stuff's going to be worthless in 10, 15 years, so it probably will be. I shouldn't say that to the convention people running this. Not worthless, but there's going to be more and more dollar games every year after year, I think. A lot of this stuff's going to be harder to move, especially for NES. Same way it's hard to move. I saw someone buy an Atari with a bunch of games. I was like shocked. So, I bought this. Is that person in here? No. You bought the Atari with the stuff? How much did you pay for the Atari and games?
I was 100. But it came in that console thing. It's for something.
How many games?
I don't even know.
Did you shop around a little bit? No? Enjoy it. That's all I say. Enjoy it. Yes, sir.
What is your greatest video game feat?
Greatest video game feat?
Yes.
Was it the second marathon or third is when I did the Contra No Death Run? When did I first do the Contra No Death Run? The first time I ever did it, and I hadn't slept for like 38 hours, and I did it. I don't think it was the first year, second or third year. It's before I started taking naps. Because I can't do it anymore. I'm old, you complaining about that. Oh, look at you taking a nap. Yeah, then I can function the next day. You're done for like 4 days afterwards. Sorry. I hate you to get on me for that. That was pretty impressive. I hadn't done it before. And I was like zoned in, and the chat was like, oh. That was impressive, I thought. Now I'm a Contra expert. Yes, Cubs fan. Show Cubs.
With the way everything's going digital now on these new systems, but how big the games are becoming, how do you see that going forward? Being able to actually, where to store your games, having them be so big?
Well, hard drives just get bigger and bigger. And if there's still disk systems, the disk will just get bigger capacity. What is the biggest pool right now? Like 50 gigs? It's 50. They'll do 100 one. They did it with CD-ROMs. They increased the size of CD-ROMs. They increased the size of DVDs. And did dual layers. And so right now the dual layer Blu-ray is like 50.
Do you think that it'll have to stay in physical form in some way?
That's the alarm to leave my panel. I think you have to stay physical because there's developing nations, there's countries in different continents like Asia and Africa that their infrastructure is not going to be enough to sustain digital only, so there's always going to be a market for that. But yeah, like it'll be more digital more everywhere. But I don't think I think they already said the next generation will still have optical drives, I believe they said that. Because it doesn't cost that much to put them in anyway, so why not? Then plus it gives them, I don't know. I think we're not there yet. Give it maybe like 20 years from now, we're not all underwater. It'll be fine. I think we'll be fine on that. And yeah, hard drives, things like that get cheaper. But the internet is not catching up, especially parts of the Midwest where the internet's bad and sketchy. And we talk about that in the documentary as well. And that's why it's hard to go digital only in some areas because you get satellite internet that stinks, it's patchy. So that's why Google Stadia is going to just crash and burn, by the way. It's going to be really bad. It might work in the cities here and there. It's not going to work in most places. Yes, in the back again.
Here's an easy question. Is
Oh.
Ian proud of any punk episodes?
Is Ian proud of the punk episodes? Ian hasn't seen any. I used to beg him to watch them. Like I was like, oh, watch this episode, it just came out. Like, I'm at work. Can't watch it, Pat. It's the reason you have a channel. I'm making money. I'm not going to watch them. Yes, sir.
What's your favorite kind of game, Odyssey type deal, like a Mega Man on DOS, or how Hotel Mario got made because of the contract obligations?
So favorite weird game on another console?
Well, just any type of Odyssey, anything.
Oh, I said Odyssey at first. Like, Man About's Odyssey game is my favorite. Huh? What is? Oddity game that's my favorite. I don't know if I have any favorites that are like that. Mega Man on DOS, I do have that. That's weird. I think James would do that. Throw some out there. I'm trying to.
Sega Channel or just
Sega Channel games? Yeah, play the Sega Channel. The snail game when you turn on the Master System? The 1.0 Master System snail game? That's a tough one. Oddity game like that. I'm trying to think of any mail away, giveaway games, like a checks game or something like that. Was there a checks game? Yeah. I think Limited Run's trying to do something like that. Any questions? We'll get back to you. We asked before. You first, sir.
Was there, in your collection, was there a game that was a common game that was very hard to get and a pain in the butt to get hold of?
A common game that was hard to get?
Yes.
That wouldn't be common.
Well, what I mean was
They cheap and hard to get?
you're trying to get hold of it. Well, any game.
Like elusive,
An elusive game that you wouldn't think is elusive, maybe? What's an elusive game? Why, you want to corner the market? You want to buy them all?
I'm just scared because my collection is new and there's a Mario amiibo, but it's hard time getting it, you're gonna find it. Like that kind of stuff.
Okay. I'm trying to think there was something that I guess you wouldn't think would be hard to find that was hard to find.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was hard to find? I was actively searching for that. I wouldn't think was hard to find until I was looking for it. I'm trying to think of a situation like that. That's like a brain twister to me to think of something like that. It was tough to get. Oh, it was tough to get the Nintendo Power Audio cassette. That took years to find that, and that was worthless. No one knows it exists. Then I got lost in the movement, and I found a second one. I was extremely mad. I'd rather have lost $1,000 game than that because it took me forever to refund. I was trying to find the Tengen did an AC adapter. That's really hard to find, and I don't know how often it comes up. No one knows about it. It's just a branded Tengen Nintendo AC adapter. There's no reason they should have made one because Nintendo had them, and that's one of the ones maybe. I was like, oh, I'll pick one up, and I couldn't find it. That's the last one. I was really struggling there. It's literally do a dance routine. All right, you had a question there?
Well, it's his.
Oh, okay.
In one of your older videos, I noticed Frank was wearing an SIU. I'm just curious.
Is that a Saluki? What is that? Woo! Is that local? Where's that from? Is that Missouri?
Carbondale, like 2 hours south of here.
It's 2 hours south? Because his son-in-law went there, I think. That's why. Frank. Mr. Frank at the Market Management return. Yes.
Since you finished your NES collection, are you going for any variants or anything like that, or are you just done? Like
NES variants?
Yeah. Mario 3's got 2 different endings, so I don't currently have.
There's 2 different endings.
The worlds are named differently on 2 different consoles.
Really? So I have both label variants. Is that the difference?
I'm not sure. I don't you have like the name.
What's the end? What's the difference?
They named the worlds different, like Sky World versus Skylanders, little things like that. 5 names versus 5 worlds.
So they had a ROM revision basically, which they did from time to time. No, I have 2 different label variants though. Well, you know, they moved brothers from right to left, right? Is that it? Or left to right. So like only 10% have the brothers in one area, then they did like the second and third prints of it. But no, I got everything. I mean, like I don't have all of the different label variants, but I don't care about the screw variants that much. I mean, I have most of the first black box games I have are the original ones, like the 5-screw Famicom adapter ones for those first ones that came out, the first whatever 16 or 17. So.
Is there a game that you absolutely love playing that others are just like, oh, this is trash? Like, for what reason or
Trash. When you say
not?
trash, it's like below average or like really bad.
No, like, not like some like critically reviewed bad game, like just something that's like, your friend just could not came out and playing it, and you just love it.
Some people don't like Top Gun for some reason. I think it's a good game. Right? Get over it. Win that thing. I think it's easy in real life. It should be easy to me. I actually enjoyed Back to the Future. I don't think it's like a 4-star game like Rue thinks it is. But it's not a shooter either, Rue. I enjoy that game for what it is. I think it's 2 stars in the certain NES guide with my game. I give it 2 stars. It's not a great game, but I enjoy it. I understand its flaws, for sure. Jaws is actually a good game. Jaws is not a bad game, actually. Yes?
What's your biggest argument that you ever had with Ian?
Now that's like a week or a month.
Whatever your favorite argument is, I want to know.
What's that?
Whatever your favorite argument you want to tell us.
There's no favorite argument with Ian. With Ian, it's always something silly, or like I'll say something and he gets upset because I said the tone was off or something with him. It's like that. And he'll tell me 3 weeks later, and it'll still be on his mind. I'm like, oh, come on, what are we doing? Are we married? If you think I said something bad, tell me right away and correct me. Don't like bring up 6-7 months later. Just tell me now. I'm not dating you. I'm sure he complains about stuff I do that pisses him off. He thinks I'm like a machine, and I'm just like, what do you say? What do you say? Chaotic cruise control. He said in the podcast a week ago. I'm not that bad. You know, he gets paid well enough. That's it.
With physical media slowly dying off of games and stuff, you think in 20 years Switch games or PS4 games now will be worth anything, like the physical ones or not?
Depends if you need a server to function. If there's going to be a server around to still connect to. So a lot of these games, the good old day 1 patches, that's great. You get like Red Dead, 2, and then 20 years from now, I got the disc, you put it into a console. If a kid that's like 10 now hears about, Red Dead, or wants to play with his kids, how's he going to play it? You got to connect and download the game. Patch, how do you do that? What servers will still be around and running? Who's going to run them? If the companies aren't around, if they don't want to. So I think they're going to have to do some sort of law to enable the data to be stored somewhere to connect to and patch it in. Otherwise, you're going to have 80% of these games will be lost 50 years. There's no way to play them. It just won't be. Scary, huh? I mean, you can't play some Wii games anymore, and that system only came out 13 years ago, right? The servers are done. That's that's awful. Depressing. Sorry.
Relate to that with the people that are trying to collect older games and kind of archive them, I guess. Do you think something like that would be viable for moving forward as more games go digital to somehow, I don't know exactly how they do it currently, but get an archive of some sort.
Well, I'm sure they're all held in different places. I mean, with digital, it's on people's hard drives, they have them. It's not like trying to find a game and dump them. If they're digitally, they're preserved. That's the good news. But then, how do you play them? That's a different question. So it's easier to play older games, not preserve them. It's easier to preserve new games and not play them if there's no way to play them. It's really the games that connect to a server. That's, whether it's mobile, there's mobile games you can't play anymore. If you, like when I got my new phone, there was like a Mike Tyson game on the App Store. It was like a Mike Tyson really bad rip-off, Punch-Out rip-off. And I can't play it anymore because it's not available. So I got it. Hopefully I didn't pay anything for it, but I did. There's no way for me to play. I have to find someone's phone that has the game to play it still. I'm sure there's thousands of apps that are like that where you can't play anymore because they're off the store. No one talks about mobile games because those are games too. Sorry, they're games and there's no way to preserve them easily. You can play them and have the phone though. So that'll be a weird story 100 years from now. Remember all those mobile games in the first generation that you can't play anymore? Pac-Man again.
Recently finished off a collection with your stadium events. You talk about selling some of your games off over time. How long till you start piecing out that collection of your complete collection of NES?
Oh, I don't know about the NES stuff. I never said about selling the NES stuff off. That's a bridge too far, buddy.
Well, I mean, maybe keep the games that are, some games are.
I'm sure that'll happen later in life. At this point, I'm just going to sell the stuff that I really don't have any fondness for, or will never play, like my N64 stuff. Most of that'll be gone, or a chunk of it. And I have some rare stuff too, like Sculptor's got a few more minutes for $5. The Genesis and the Atari stuff, and it's like, I got so much stuff. And I have so many like box consoles laying around that there's no reason for me to have like 9 different NES box variants. That's just insane. Yeah, that's insane. 1 or 2 more questions. I'm gonna stop before the time. There's a 1 o'clock now. We'll do the Play the Plumber challenge too. Yes, sir.
Is there any games or devices that were canceled that you were kind of upset about?
Games that were canceled that I was upset about? Whatever Golgo 13 N64 games they never made they're supposed to. I'm going back for that. Unreal? Unreal Tournament 4 that never was made? Bonk? That's right, the Bonk game was supposed to come out in like 2011 that never came out? Damn you, Konami. What?
It might be good that they never made it. Look at Duke Nukem, for example.
What is this person talking? Bonk deserves his time to shine. I don't care. I'm hoping they come back into this TurboGrafx. Have you guys set up the TurboGrafx meeting? I'm excited. What am I doing? I'm not going to the menu here. I'm going to go to the Play the Pump Challenge folder. You guys will play and humiliate each other, and I'm going to sit back and relax and coast the rest of the panel. Here. There's a slight delay here. Oops. This is the original power. This is the original flash card. This is OG flash card. Now the flash card. This flash card's like 8, 9 years old. This is like the original from Bunny Boy, retro USB. Where's the play? There it is. Play the Pump folder. Now they're all fancy, the flash cards. All right, let's see. What I got in here? Contra, Urban Champion. Gotta change that for Pro Wrestling. Let's see now. Let's like this. Punch Out. Right. Here's Karate Champ. That's the Karate Champ. Let's see. Do these cords reach? Well, people are gonna come around here and sit. Let's see if this isn't too awkward. All right, who wants to play each other for? I don't have any prizes to give away. I'm sorry. Well, I didn't say I'd choose you. I said who wants to play. Sorry about that. Who hasn't? If no one else wants, who hasn't asked a question yet that wants to come up? I always look at. Come on up. That's the one. Who else wants to do it? You haven't asked a question yet? Come on up. Let's get some other. Give him a round of applause for coming out. Is this a Zapper? Can I get a second NES controller? There's no we can play Duck Hunt with one of these. What's your Zapper in my hands? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna play Duck Hunt. No. You guys just awkwardly just talk to me. Hey, what's going on? What's your name?
Cody.
Hey, Cody. What's your name?
I'm Justin.
Hey, Justin and Cody. Where you guys from? Iowa? That's a drive, right? 4 hours? I'm trying to do the geography in my head in the states, the Midwestern states. That's northwest, right, from here? Or straight north? Straight north. Oh, I got close. Just killing time here. Just killing time.
I-70.
What's that?
I-70, I'm sure.
I-70?
Yeah.
So is there like any like mountains in Iowa, or is it all just flat? It's all flat. Is there any mountains in Missouri? Is there a little bit?
Ozarks.
The Ozarks? What's that? Is that east? Where is that?
South.
South? I don't know my geography. It's what's that? They're just big hills? I can't, flat, it's kind of flat in here too. Like I'm used to like being able to like look in the distance and seeing like peaks, like valleys and like mountain, like it's like, oh, it's right there, I can walk to it. And here it's like, nope. Looking around, I can't see anything anywhere. It's just a different sort of vibe. That's fine. So I went to, I don't know if you saw my Twitter. You guys can sit down until we get a second controller. I'm sorry. I know there's a second controller. Give it up for Cody and Justin. I don't know. I can just be Contra real quick.
Did anybody go get a controller yet?
I got 20 minutes. Can I be, you want me to be Contra? Oh yeah? That's so awful. Does anyone notice a spare controller in their pocket? No? Oh man, I'm depressed. Do you really have one? What are you doing? Come on up. You see me like just, come on up, Cody and Justin. Give it up for man with the B-shoe zipper. I'm going to steal it. It's mine now. You see me struggling up here. What are you doing? You want to preserve the value of it when you have to use?
Don't use turbo. Turbo's locked in. Right.
Hey, let's do a coin flip.
I don't know if it works. It's got to be oh, yeah, go on there.
That's it.
So what control you want? You want the zipper?
Oh.
Yeah.
Take the zipper.
You take that.
So these two right here are going to be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is. A nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted. I got what I wanted. And a pretty good deal on it too. Super hang on.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.